tryna run up all my money, smoke a blunt on a blip. I'm tryna let the money talk, but it get flipped by the lip. If you ain't tryna chase a bag, get you out of here.
Alright, y'all, welcome to the Hood Buddha Podcast. This is session 9. We got another host. Y'all know what it is before we even start. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, cut it off. But we not tuned in. And I'm your host, BP. Like I said, I got another host here today. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Go ahead and tell the people who you are.
What's up? What's up? I'm Tay. I'm the owner of...
Yeah, now go ahead and tell them everything you do. Go ahead.
So basically, I'm the owner of a business called Clitorate, which teaches sexual intelligence. And then I also am co-founder of Healing Girl Season. I also curate events around the city.
Don't be humble now.
You know.
don't be humble now. Go ahead, tell them. Go ahead, let them know what you do now. You know what I'm saying?
It's really nothing I don't do, honestly.
Ooh, all right. See, now we getting somewhere. Now we getting. It's nothing that she don't do. Y'all heard what she said. Yeah. So I actually met T, y'all, like, what that was, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
First Naughty List. It was the first Naughty List.
Oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel special on some shit. Okay. So when I first moved to Houston, y'all, I was at one of her first events, vendoring with my clothing line and stuff, and it was pretty dope. I actually met you. I don't know if you saw my last one with Queen. I actually met her.
Really?
I met her there 2 years ago.
For real?
Yeah, that's crazy. At Full Circle, for real. That's crazy. So y'all heard all the stuff she do, but I'm gonna let her get into detail about what actually she do, because some of y'all need some education about the shit that she teach, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of them really do. So go ahead and go into detail and tell the people, like, what you actually teaching.
Ooh, I teach a multitude of things. So with Clitorate, you know, the whole basis of what Clitorate is to cultivate sexual intelligence around the clitoris. Okay. Because, like, with most things sexual, it's kind of very taboo. One of the most taboo things still, even in modern society, is the clitoris and what its specificity is, what it's supposed to do for you, what it's there for. You know, it's just like this negative stigma placed on it a lot of times by men, and sometimes a lot of ego on, you know, the importance of what the clitoris really is, and understanding what a vulva is over a vagina. You know, I teach a multitude of things. I mean, it starts all the way down to basic sex education, because we really wouldn't realize at the age we are now how illiterate a lot of people are when it comes to sex education, how unknowing of things. Even myself, when I became, you know, becoming more interested in learning, it was like, wow, all these things. I've, you know, sexually active. I have kids, obviously. I was married. You know, there's things that we engage in, but we just don't really have a full understanding on. And being able to cultivate that sexual intelligence part to get people to understand that it's not just a physical act, but the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and also the physical as well. So there's a multitude of things that come into it. So I teach kink, teach typical sex education. I teach specified classes. I'm more like a guide, not really would say like I'm a coach. Okay. I just provide basically the knowledge and the resources, and I'm also a full e-commerce sex store as well. So online you can find literally everything you find in a Katz's, everything in Adam and Eve, except it's usually definitely a fraction of the price, and it's Black woman owned.
So let me tell y'all something. If y'all didn't understand what the hell she just said, number one, if you got some lack of knowledge, or you're a little ignorant in the bedroom, whether you're single, in a relationship, a poly, whatever it is, this the person you need to be coming and talk to. You understand what I'm saying? That's right?
Yeah.
And it's Black owned. Most importantly, it's Black owned. This is the person you need to come talk to. So I want to know what made you get into that, or what made you become knowledgeable of this for you to feel like you could even go pass it down to somebody else.
I love to read. I've always loved to read. That's just been something that's been in me since I was a child. I've always been super inquisitive, very curious, and curiosity sometimes kills a cat.
Yes,
you know what I'm
facts,
saying? Growing
facts.
up, I was just my aunts and my grandmas. I remember they had those novellas, those novels with the women and the men holding them on the like this, like this, So then they had stacks of them. They had bookshelves full of them. They had them on top of the toilets, and I liked, I was a reader, so I sitting down chilling in the bathroom. It's not one to take a bath. Like I'm gonna read these books. I'm like, wow, so it kind of piques your interest. I mean, I think one thing that we need to realize that we're all sexual beings from the, inception of us when we're little, teaching children about, touching themselves. You see children, we're all so curious. So I think with me, I've always had the curiosity of just the unknown, and something when somebody tells me that I don't need to know something
makes you want more, even
come
more.
on, you know what I'm saying? You want to know, like, well, I'm
facts.
trying to get X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Facts.
So that's the type of person I always am. You tell me I can't, and I'm going to figure it out. So I think that a lot of times what I realized at this day and age in my life, I started back in 2020 during, right after COVID hit. Okay. So what I realized in life is that there's so many things that factor into the choices that we make. And a lot of the times when it comes to the choices we make sexually, it's not really based on what is in our own minds. It's usually based on what's in somebody else's mind and what they're telling you or what they're giving you the perception of as, which is, porn, reading different, but I'm saying your surroundings set your tone for what your sexual, perception is. So I think that it's so negative in so many people's lives, including my own. I feel like I would realize when I spoke to people, even when it came to just regularly, your sexual energy translates into every realm of your life. It aids in your confidence and aids in who you truly are. I think there's this negative connotation, like, if you're a sexual being, like, you're just promiscuous, you're out here doing this. No, like, I'm sexual. I am very well versed in who I am, and because I'm connected with myself mentally, physically, and emotionally, I'm working day to day to stay connected to myself. That sensuality is just kind of is what is a part of you, and your sexual energy is a part of you, because if you're moving fluidly through yourself, then it just flows through you. And I feel like I wanted people, as I got to know people, especially once I divorced and I was in the realm of just being able to be in the atmosphere of getting to know people in general. I wasn't outside hanging out with people, making friends. I didn't have friends like that. I wasn't like that until I was like 27, 28. I'm 32 now. You know what I'm saying? So I was wife for 12 years out of as soon as I was 15, I was a mom, you know what I'm saying? So I was teen mom. So I just feel like if I could give people this space to know that through sexual intelligence, there's so much more to it. And I think I want to remove that stigma and that taboo on it. You know what I'm saying? You see people and you put sex with raunchiness. You put sex with, just having sex. Just fuck. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
We're just fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't know. Because people don't know. And so what I want to do is I want to place a space with professionalism where you understand, like, I'm not coming to you telling you to have, hey, I want you to go outside, get these toys, go fuck. I want you to understand your sexual intelligence and understand yourself fully, and then you can go out into the world and translate that so that you're performing in every realm of yourself and your best capabilities. And then of course that translates to your sexual energy, and then you're attracting the right people to be in your life, to engage in that realm. But then you have the knowledge and the awareness to communicate with them properly. So then everybody's just kind of moving fluidly together. You can help somebody else learn something. So that's what Clitter It is. It's just a professional but also fun space I've curated for people to feel comfortable to be like, I don't know what the fuck, and figure it out. Or if you're an expert at it, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with upgrading your knowledge or enhancing yourself in some kind of realm where nobody's perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. I'm not I'm a sex expert. I'm just being, no.
You can never not know enough.
You can never. There's never too much knowledge. Ignorance is not bliss.
For real.
Especially when it comes to this.
Real. So that's crazy you said this. It sounds like that's the base of becoming your full self. Like, in my opinion, because it's kind of like, like how you say, you know, we're habitual creatures, and that's kind of part of it. Like, you know, as a human, that's part of our emotions, and that's just something that comes with being a human. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, embracing that and getting every knowledge of it and being confident in that will help you become a better person in general, right? So I agree. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how you say, it's so many stigmas tied into that, because it's like if you're a woman and you're embracing to your sexuality, you're a hoe.
Yes,
if you're
Lord.
a man and you're embracing to that, you thirsty, or you this, this, that, and the third. And I understand that, because I kind of like, hey, you can say whatever you want to be, you know, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people, bro, like, just try to put on this front in public that, oh, you know, I'm this, that, and the third, and then, you know, you're another person in my heart. It's like, what's up, man? Like, hold on, that ain't really you now.
It's
like,
not. I've seen that so much. I think that in the pop-up culture and just being at events in general, besides my own events, you get to see so many different people, talk to so many people. So your discernment, I feel like your intuition, when you start doing it, it's just like, wow, I can meet somebody and read them instantly and know exactly what kind of person they are and how they kind of perceive themselves. It's just something that I think, as I've done this work, and it's a passion that I have, and it's something that I push into, it's really fluid to kind of understand and know people and get to know people. But I definitely feel you, that double standard and all that, like, that is something that's crippled me in a lot of realms. I feel like it's definitely desensitized me to the dating life, and why, you know, with that, you know, people seeing me in the realm that I'm in, they're like, oh, well, I know you got some tricks, or I know you freaky, or I know you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what you gonna put that assumption on me because I'm sexually fluid, you know, or because I make eye contact and I laugh and I smile, you know, people are like, oh, well, she's flirting. I'm not flirting, I'm just being personal. It's just who I am, you know? I, you know, how people perceive you, that's one thing I also had to learn, to get a understanding that people's perception of you is not your truth.
Oh, say that again, boy.
People's perception of you is not your truth
at all.
And I think that's people are so caught up in what other people think of them. And I feel like a lot of times I've seen that even with friends closer to me, you know, in the perception of what I do, you know, kind of not wanting to tell people what I do, or, you know, share certain things in mine. Because I'm like, well, I don't want to offend. Like, you're having sex. Your parents are having sex.
That's how you got here.
Yeah, like, so now you don't want to talk about my business, but you're asking me for a toy behind closed doors, though.
And that's so fake, though. Yeah. And that's why I say I feel like it's a bigger purpose, because if you can be confident in that, you could be confident in a lot of aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? And for one of those things is, like how you say, not giving a fuck what people think about you, like your perception. And people like to mirror their flaws or their fears onto you.
That's literally it.
Yeah, you know, like, and it's like, man, you know, if you confident in yourself all across the board, none of that shit matters, and you're not as influenced, and you're able to move and flow towards things that's meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of flowing towards shit that society say you're supposed to do, or your parents said you're supposed to do, or what you think is right. And you know what I'm saying?
So, or what somebody pushing on you, what they think is right.
Right, and that's crazy. That's crazy. So, and that's not, you know, that's kind of been in my head, but hearing you say it like that, I can see how, like, sex ties into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the beat, just embrace what shit is, you know what I'm saying? Embrace what it is, you know, and, like, we all got here through sex.
Yeah.
Like,
how else?
You know, right? We all got here.
I mean, they got IVF and stuff now, but still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
well, today is all kind of fucking ways people getting here, boy. And I don't know.
But it's still, at the end of the day, procreation ties down to being, you know, it has to be a certain thing.
And I think, honestly, that's beautiful, you know, like, procreation is beautiful. And I think there's been a lot. And hold up, this the Hood Buddha podcast for one. This is completely 100% transparent. We don't give a fuck about what nobody got to think. So, you like, okay, so teaching sex, you know, educating people on sex, I feel like that'll prevent a lot of these fucking accidents.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think. I mean, that's what I push out, you know what I'm saying? I was the teen mom. I was 16 and pregnant, you know, based on other people's perception of what sex was, so I went out and did it. And then I got my reality, and I'm like, oh, hell no. You know, so I think that, that definitely...
Hey, that's tricky. Okay, so I can see how, you know, being confident and embracing sex could play across the whole board. And I also see that you and your friend, y'all are advocating for women's mental health.
Absolutely.
So, you know, that's basically what the Hood Buddha podcast is basically about: mental health, self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really like to push. So how do you feel like, well, first of all, what do you feel like you're advocating for mental health with women? What is the important thing that you push the most?
So our company is called Healing Girl Season.
Okay.
You know, we're grown women.
Right.
But our event's called Healing Girl Season because the whole thing is healing those childhood traumas, healing that inner child, and being able to connect and grow and break generational curses with Black and brown women.
Right.
That's what we advocate for.
Gotcha. So that's a whole bunch of broad topics. And
yeah, it day to day, it ranges. So we do like an open panel format. So we have this huge event that we curate. We're actually hitting our 1 year anniversary this year. This
dope.
month on August 26th, we'll have our 1 year anniversary. So we're celebrating that. So we usually have, and so I create intention journals for every session, different ones for them to take home and actually complete and actually use what we talked about in discussion to actually implement it into their lives. We do unlimited mimosas, light bites. We always get sponsored by somebody. AVAL Texas is a pro-abortion organization that sponsors us.
Oh, okay.
So they have been sponsoring us actually since Clitorit, since Naughty List. Them and Be Busy offer STD and STI testing for free for the community. So they come out even to Naughty List. And they've been with me for the past 2 years. And then when I started Healing Girl with Courtney and I started it, they came with us and they've every event they're sponsoring us. AVAL is actually sponsoring Plan Bs like they did on my last Naughty List. They gave us Plan Bs.
Oh,
so we're gonna raffle out. You know, that's
That's
a procreation for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's
dope.
a huge thing right now with abortions. You know, of course it's not legal to get an abortion in the state of Texas as well as multiple states.
Right.
So what AVAL does is assist us women to be able to have abortions, whether out of state, find funding to get abortions out of state per your choice.
Right.
So we are definitely abortion pro advocates.
That's dope. And like I say, man, and just like how it's like people kind of scared to touch on those topics of sex, people are scared to touch on mental health.
Man.
And I feel like that's one of my things I advocate for the most. Like, man, listen, bro, we go through shit. We can't avoid it. And acting like we don't go through shit makes it worse.
Real delulu.
Yeah. And especially like when you got kids, man. Whether you got kids or not, it's like you're bound to pass that shit down. If you're not healing, which that is a journey that never ends. That's a journey that never ends. And it's like, man, like, especially as Black or brown people, bro, we for some reason think that it's a sign of weakness to acknowledge mental health, or that shit is cringing, or it literally hurts. It's like, man, listen, that's shit that we need to be doing to better the world, to better the next generation, to better the people after us. And you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I don't know why is it so hard for us to embrace.
It's a cultural curse.
It is.
It's a cultural curse. Like, it literally, for all these generations, we've had to be so strong. Our ancestors had to be so strong, so thick-skinned. Like, how could you possibly think that Black women don't feel pain? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even, how could you think that? They thought that.
Right.
Because we portrayed this such strength.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
Right.
that's a cultural curse that's placed on us, and I think it takes our generation, specifically this generation, to break that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That healing, understanding that it's okay to be vulnerable.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Facts.
It's okay. And if with the right people around you and you being able to express that, it's going to come into place to where your life is going to flourish.
Right.
But
right.
that all comes into the fact, like you said, healing, like we say, Healing Girl Season. It's seasons
Right.
because life is a season. Every season in life is a change. Something else is always going wrong. Something else is always going great.
Yep.
Healing is not linear.
Yep.
It's forever going. So we could be
going.
thinking that we're healing from something or thinking that you healed from something, but really it was just because you isolated yourself from any triggers.
Right.
But then what happens when 10 years down the road, this thing presents itself and now you triggered all over again like it just happened yesterday.
And you
because
implode.
Because you couldn't even process the healing.
It really sickens me, bro. Like the fact that people, especially with men, and it's like, I know you advocating for women, like, and I like to advocate for both, but it's like even for men, it's not enough of men coming out because we gotta make it seem like we're always tough and strong, and even with women, of course. But it's just like, men think it's such a problem to be vulnerable and expressive, and you know what I'm saying. And you don't get me wrong, like, it's definitely something that we have to unteach ourselves because it's been passed down to us and people before us, and nobody taught them. Like, And I feel like in this time, this generation, we do hold a responsibility that a lot of us haven't stepped up and accepted, but we hold a big responsibility to where we at in our life right now. Because, you know, a lot of people say so much shit about what we not doing, this, that, and the third, but this generation is tremendously better than the past. With advocating for mental health, getting better mentally, doing shadow work, you know, healing and going to therapy. And, you know, we're tremendously better than the generations before us, you know, but it's just a lot of us still got to step the fuck up and own up to that responsibility, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I think the world is just to be a better place, like if we just stop making it seem like the things that make us stronger or weaken us. And that's just, it's just like, it's just a season. We might be weak for that moment, or we might be weak for this week or this month, but eventually on the other end of that, you're gonna be stronger than you ever was before. You know. So if you watching this, man, please just learn how to accept vulnerability, accept that you're not okay. It's okay not to be okay sometimes, you know, like it's okay to not know what you need to heal from. It's okay to have to figure that out. It's okay to ask for help. Like all that shit is okay. And if you think that it's gonna make you weaker, it's not. It's gonna make you stronger. Like go ahead.
No, I really think that. I think one of the biggest things that I've seen people lie about the quickest, and when somebody asks you how you're doing, it's okay to say you're not sure. Right. It's okay. You don't have to lie and be like, oh, I'm pretty good. Oh, I'm great. Like, it's okay to say right now, I'm not sure. Right. Like, you know, and that's the first step to vulnerability. If I know somewhere somebody's asking you at one point of the day, how are you? It's okay to be like, you know what? I don't know. Right. For real. For real. You know, we don't know. For real. And even with Healing Girl, we do men for sure. But we've had a Healing Us season. But what we're looking for is a man to facilitate, you know, because of course I can't facilitate in a safe space for men. You know, at the same time, we all have traumas from the opposite sex, and it's going to hinder somebody. So I feel like for the Healing Us season that we did put together, men asked us constantly, like DMing us, hey, when's one for men? But when it came to show up, you know, that vulnerability is like, oh, I ain't finna show up for that. So we have maybe 5 men show up. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then the women are like, well, I don't really want to come because there's men there, you know? So the complication with that is trying to facilitate a space and find a man that really owns that, what we believe in, the mission of Healing Girl season in the men's realm, you know, Healing Us season. Unbiasedly. You know, right? Unbiasedly. And I think what's so crazy, I literally just messaged one of my close men guy friends. I literally messaged him and I said, you know, it's been on my heart that I feel like you should be facilitating healing men, you know, for us, because I feel like, you know, you have a story, you're healing, like I'm watching him evolve right now, like seeing somebody go from a place of not really wanting to change to see somebody develop and realize and recognize, like, I don't want to continue this in my next go round, you know, I don't want to evolve into this the next time. I don't want to put myself in a situation where I'm not showing up for myself and my kids first, and seeing a man do that and then turn that into a healing process and seeing the evolution of this person. I was like, your story, you know, you could facilitate these. And I feel like that's so crazy that we mentioned that today, because this morning it was just on my heart about it, because it just shows that, like, the men really need, like, y'all really need this. And I hate that, you know, as I'm a woman, I can't give that, you know, I can give this to these women, but I can't give it to the men. We can't, you know, and I think that breaks my heart too. At the same time, it's like, damn, like, what are we gonna do? Like, who all these men want to be men, right? But who's gonna stand up and really show men how to feel and how to really embrace those emotions and those feelings and understand them, and kind of come into play with that vulnerability of learning where it came from. You know, a lot of men are sexually abused, and that's not talked about. You know, a lot of men are verbally abused, mentally abused, emotionally abused. And I feel like as men, it's not really discussed and touched on. And it's such a crazy thing to see. And it's so hurtful to see that when, you know, you as women, most of the times when men tell me that, well, like, I don't want to be vulnerable because I know she'll bring it up later. She'll throw it up in my face later when she's mad. You know, oh, you want to cry about that shit earlier? Crybaby ass bitch. Like, like, no, you know. But you know what's so funny about that is that just means that she has healing to do. If you're a man and if you heard what she just said, like, don't not stop yourself from healing because of somebody else who didn't heal. You know what I'm saying? And that even vice versa, even for women, like, don't stop your healing, your work on yourself because somebody else won't be as accepting of that because they haven't did their own damn work. And it's like how you say, like, you know, men need to advocate for that. But it's like how, like, my friends, like, even with my music, bro, like, this podcast, my music,
is social media shit got people so fucking brainwashed and thinking everything's sweet and thinking everything glitter and glam, and it's like, I cannot do that shit. Like I'm gonna let you know when shit good, I'm gonna let you know when shit bad. like one of my male friends, he be seeing my posts when shit bad, and it's like I'll be sharing, you know, some shit. It'll be perceived as sad, you know, but it just be like, motherfucker, I'm sad right now.
Like, you know,
I am sad. I am sad. Like, why you got so much sad shit? Motherfucker, I'm sad right now. Tomorrow might be different. All right, but right now I'm fucking sad. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's all right with me. Like, I don't give a fuck how you feel. Like, the truth of the matter is,
this is my truth.
That's my truth, you know, and like, that's how I became a stronger man. That's how I am becoming a stronger man, you know, accepting and facing the shit that we was taught not to face, or the hard shit we don't want to, or the comfortable conversations, or you know, going to therapy and being vulnerable, man. All that shit make you stronger. Like, it makes you stronger.
It makes you stronger in every room.
Every
room, mentally, emotionally. Go to the gym and work out, physically, and I don't think people talk about how much it helps you when you're in that gym. That physical, the confidence.
Facts.
You know, it's not just the fact of like, oh, I'm pushing these weights. No, it's the fact that this is going to help me, for one, learn discipline, to become mentally disciplined. Delayed gratification.
You said it.
Delayed gratification. I think that working out teaches the delayed gratification that society is trying to take away.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even when it comes to gym videos that you see, or in every realm of kids being YouTube successful, they want, these children, or even us in our society, we want instant gratification to all things. We want to do something and be instantly successful because look how I blew up in 30 days. I made $1 million. No, the fuck you didn't.
This false perception.
No, you didn't.
I hate it, bro.
And so it's just, I feel like when you have those stability factors in your life, it kind of helps you be a little bit stronger against that, you know, that mental battle that it is coming with social comparisons. Because even myself, I deal with that. You know, I see somebody on social media, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I'm in the office today, you know, and this bitch in Cabo, she done went to San Jose. She done, you know, you're like, what the hell is going on? But little do you know, she probably miserable as hell out there right now, on somebody else dying, probably getting her ass beat. You don't know what somebody else has going on behind closed doors. And I will tell you, throughout these events of what I've been doing and going out and traveling and meeting people and meeting influencers, top influencers that I've met are the most unhappiest people.
Facts.
They don't have, they haven't had a lot of not all, but a lot of them I've met haven't had substance, haven't had life for real, really fake healthy, fake happy, you know, and it just kind of showed me, and I think that helped me kill my social comparisons a lot, because at one point it was something that I was so honed in on my own self. But understanding and seeing that in real life, and understanding like these people that got thousands of followers, sometimes they don't even have a fucking furniture in their house, which is okay, but it's just a fake perception, you know what I'm saying? So if we just unrule that and work on ourselves and really hone in on that, I think that makes all the difference of understanding like this shit is not real.
It's not, and like I said, that's why it needs people to advocate. Like, it need more of us talking about what people are actually fucking going through. And what I've come to realize is that social media is like a home base for people to run to about how life is not for them. They living through other people, or you want to ignore your reality and dive into somebody else shit that you can't even relate to.
You repost the celebrities instead of your friends' businesses.
Oh my God.
How you reposting this woman that's never gonna repost you? You posting these babies, congratulations, but your friend that you've been friends with 15 years just opened a new business and you ain't reposting it, ain't share a link.
But you know what's crazy about
comment.
that? Two things about that is, if one, that be the same motherfuckers that if you do, they blow up, they gonna feel like, oh, you fake, or I shut you out, and nah, motherfucker, stay where you been at. But another thing I learned about that too is that people who you grew up with, people who known you from the beginning,
know where you going with this.
they see you as the person you've been in the past, and they don't transition with you. You know what I'm saying? Like
they don't,
and they just want to see you
in the same place you was then.
Exactly.
That's all they can see you. That's so great. This is another conversation I just had this week. Oh my God, full circle, fucking full circle. My life has literally been full circle. That's my new word. I think that's my new season is full circle. That's my new word. It was divine timing like last season. This timing is full circle. I could kind of run the same, but not really. I don't know. Anyways,
if you know the difference.
But no, seriously, that was a conversation I had with somebody, and I think that they had got a message that was really negative from somebody that meant something to them, you know, in their life, you know. And it was a really mean message, and it was something that really bothered them. And I for one, in the moment, it kind of made me realize, like, wow, I'm actually like, I'm adulting a little bit. Like,
right.
I'm becoming more mental aware to be able to see both sides of stories and
right.
both, and kind of be able to interpret things. And that was one thing I was like, you know, they're talking about the old you. They don't even have the capacity to understand or even an inkling of the new you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So somebody that, you know, you do care about their opinion of you. Of course, we value the opinion of those close to us. But somebody who doesn't even know you now, and you're going to let them tell you who you are now?
Exactly.
And you know they don't even know you now?
Exactly.
But you know what I'm saying? As humans, that's going to hurt naturally. But being able to, okay, allow that hurt to sink in, you know, allow you to feel that, because I want you to acknowledge, okay, I valued
right.
past tense, your
past
opinion
tense.
of
past
me and your
tense.
perception of me, until I heard what you said to me to the new me about the old me.
Right.
Then let me know you ain't really fuck with the old me at
right.
all anyways.
Right.
Because you won't fuck with that one, because that's who you talking about right now. So you damn sure not finna fuck with the new one.
Exactly.
You won't even have the capacity to grasp who I am.
Facts.
The changes I've made, the growth that I've done. You know what I'm saying?
And I'd be damned if I let you fuck me up because
and take me back.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck who you are. I tell people that I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. If you not growing with me, you gonna be left where the fuck you at.
Listen, and the best I feel like a lot of the times people don't realize that the best response sometimes is no response.
Facts.
Just
and
do your
accepting
shit.
people for who they are. Accept people for
Yeah.
who the fuck they are,
Yeah.
and that's fine. Like, you
and
know,
that's perfectly
it's
okay.
cool. But you know what'd be so hard about that though? You can accept somebody for who they are, but they can't do it in the same. And you know, they want to be in a neutral ground. Like, they want you to come into their world, but they not doing the same thing. They want you to be, you know, come step down to their level, but you not even looking up. Man, listen here, I ain't got no time for that shit.
Yeah. And that just shows you who shows you who's meant to be in your life right now.
Exactly.
I think that was a hard thing for me, is being able to understand that people aren't always supposed to come with you through every season of life.
That was
I'm a
hard
big
for me to
loyal
accept.
person.
That
I'm a
was hard
big
for me to
on
accept.
loyalty. So if I fuck with you, like, why I'm gonna stop fucking with
Facts.
you?
Like, I want you to come. Like, man, look what's going on.
Let's
Like,
go
look what we got.
Yeah.
Nah.
And then realizing that people really don't be happy for you,
They
and
don't.
people don't like you to be happy.
And it be the closest people to you.
Man, misery loves company. Misery
It
loves
be
company.
the closest motherfuckers
Man,
to you, bro.
and it could be the smallest thing. I want you to understand. I want people to really pay attention to cues, pay attention to small reactions, to body language when it comes to those around you, because it could be the smallest thing, but the people closest to you could be have the worst intentions for you and be praying for your downfall against your good settings and your good manifestations, your good work that you're doing, your faith that you're doing, or placing onto what you have going on in life.
Right.
And understand, and don't be naive.
Right.
I think I had to learn that. Benefit of the doubt, I have to see it for what it is.
Yeah,
It's no
exactly.
longer, I love you, so I'm going to give you a chance. It's like, I love you, and I understand now that you don't have this capacity, so I'm going to have to leave you in this moment.
Right.
Like, and I can still be cordial. Like I'm saying, we don't got to, oh, fuck you, bitch, cut you off. You know what I'm saying? But
Love
you
you
know
from
where
a
to place.
distance.
Yeah, but you know where to place that person.
Right.
You know, okay, when I do X, Y, and Z, I know I can't bring you here now
Exactly.
with me. Because you can't do that, because you're not going to be
Exactly.
good for this environment. You know, and I think that was one of my own hardest things that I had to deal with myself, because I do believe in being quality. I believe in time. You know, I had this big thing of like, oh, we had time, but really time don't mean shit.
Yeah, history
it's
don't mean
quality
shit.
over quantity.
Facts.
It's straight quality over quantity. So it don't matter if you've been I've known you for months. If your intentions have shown to me more pure, more intentional, more genuine than a person that I've known for 6-7 years, that is because they can't handle the new you.
They can't.
People always want to advocate for change, but then the first thing they tell you is, you changed. What's wrong?
acting
You
different.
changed. You acting different.
Motherfucker, I wasn't supposed to.
So I'm supposed to be what I was 10 years ago over here.
I'm supposed to be stuck in the same mind state you've been stuck in for 30 years and shit. Like, that's
Even with
fucking
our
crazy.
family, our parents. Woo.
And you know, it's exactly what you say. Like, it's like me too. Like, bro, I want to bring the people who've been around, who are like, man, listen, I'll be so excited to learn something new and get this new knowledge and reach this new realm. And I'll be like, man, listen, y'all need to read this book or this. And boy, people in your life could be detrimental to your fucking success, boy.
When you start reading, oh, you can read? I didn't even know you could read. Like,
thanks. I'll say anything to you, bro, because you making it uncomfortable for them because you growing. They'll say you anything, bro. But I learned though, bro, like your success can be limited by who you got around your life. It ain't nobody fault but yours. And it come down to like how we was talking about earlier, like that confidence, that embracing everything about yourself, becoming better. Becoming better will be more confidence in your intuition. Picking up on the energy. Yeah, exactly. Self-aware. Picking up on somebody's energy. Picking up on their body language. Picking up on what you know you should be around or not be around. Like picking up on those things would literally level you the fuck up. Like in ways you can't imagine. That shit will level you the fuck up. It may hurt, but it will level your ass up. Like, you know, and it just come down to looking within. Like I be telling people be like trying to point fingers and, well, you did this and this is why. No, fuck all that. What did you do for you to be in a position you in right now in life? What are you doing? Because you only can control what you can control. Much. That's it.
Only so much.
That's it, you know.
Only so much. And you can only blame other people for your circumstances for so long. For so long. And you have to figure out what your triggers are. Exactly. You have to learn your deficiencies so you can hone in on those to improve those. You know, I'm a huge procrastinator. That's something time management is something I've had to handle head on, because how the fuck am I supposed to juggle all these businesses and work a full-time corporate job and be a mom and be in the gym? Oh Lord, you know what I'm saying? Like that it comes into really becoming self-aware and being able to learn who you are and what your strengths and weaknesses are and where your weaknesses are. Sometimes you can't fix that thing, so you can get somebody else to help you fix that thing.
And you know what? And them other people, somebody else can be a complete stranger.
Man.
It can be a complete stranger.
It is. Bruh. Because they see your light. They see your true light in that moment. They see your true essence in that moment. You know what I'm saying? There's no past peak, no blinders on them showing them like, oh, I remember back then when they was doing X, Y, and Z.
They take you for who you are today. Yeah. And you know what's even more fun? I feel like when you on the path you supposed to be on, doing what you supposed to do, everything else will work the fuck out. Like,
what I just say, divine timing? Full circle?
Man, that shit is real. Isn't as it crazy fuck, to see that? Boy.
Isn't it crazy when you have those moments when you see that shit and you're like, wow.
And you can't explain it to nobody.
This is my, like, I'm doing, like, and you just be like, fuck yeah, I'm on the right path.
Facts. And look, it'd be the same way when you do something you know you ain't supposed to be doing. And it'd be like, I knew I shouldn't have fucking did that shit.
Being that mother fighting the air.
Thanks, like, God damn, I ain't mad at nobody but myself. It's like, I knew I shouldn't fucking did that shit. Universe will humble your ass.
What? Real quick. I've had me a couple humbling. Like, oh shit. Oh my God. Let me shake back. That wasn't me. Redo. Can I get a redo?
Nah, facts. And I was just saying that, man. I was just saying how, like, I got two friends in my life now that's like on the same path as I am for the first time in my life. I got two friends. I've had good friends, don't get me wrong, but I got two friends that's trying to go where I'm going, and I never had that, and it feels so good. Number. Yeah, bruh.
Quality over quantity, baby.
Facts. And I'm so thankful for them, bro, because it's like they be on my ass. I'm so used to picking other people up, and they be on me. Like, oh, you need to do this, and you need to
accountability.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, that shit, stuff like that is priceless. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, if you ain't doing what the fuck you need to be doing,
you're gonna be struggling.
Yep. It's
gonna be a constant struggle. And even when you do what you're supposed to do, it's going to be a constant struggle.
Right, exactly.
You know, but it's you deciphering what is placed on you by you doing some dumb shit, or what's placed on you by life giving you tests and turns and trials and tribulations for you to make sure that you're continuously doing those things and reacting the way you're supposed to be reacting and responding, or, you know, just in the whole sense of just who you are as a human being.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I think that in the past 2 years, like, you have those two friends. I have my very two close friends, and one lives halfway across the country, and we couldn't be any closer because the intentions we place behind our connection, but we've been best friends since we were 12.
Oh, okay.
But we went through, some as adults now, it's been so much that we've gone through. The old doesn't hinder us. The old actually makes us better.
Right.
And those are the people that's supposed to be around. The people that know the old you and say, I remember X, Y, and Z, and look how far you've come. Look
I'm
who
proud
you are
of you.
now.
I'm proud of you.
How amazing you are.
Facts.
Like you remember when we was down and out down here, bitch?
Facts.
Now we here. Well, we down and out up here too. But we spiritually better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the reality of it. Let's talk about the fact that the business owner realm that should be rough. Funneling your own stuff, figuring out business credit, figuring out everything in the realm of back office, taxes, LLCs, EINs, DUNS number. Let's talk about that. There's a struggle with that. And our community likes to act like we just want to hold shit, not share shit, hide shit, not really be honest with each other or help one another.
Right.
That's something that's hindering us as well as in our community. We have some people that are helping, but it's such a hindrance in the ignorance of what it is.
Right.
And asking for help. People are so prideful to ask for help. I also started this business management firm the beginning of this year.
Okay.
Called Solutions Management.
Okay.
So we also help with, especially our Black and brown people with business management, event curating. That's my Doug Dizzle.
Okay. I like that.
All things business. I help you, guide you, resources, connect you. That's what I do, with Solutions Management. So I think that in itself is us as Black people helping each other for sure in community. Like if we really stop worrying about what this other person is doing better than us and start coming together as a conglomerate, that's how we can succeed.
We need to come together how they came together in Alabama. I was so proud to see that. Hey,
where my chair
I was so proud to see that shit. I'm like,
I was like, oh my God. This man's, and then the commentary in the woman, she said, God damn, he's coming across that water. He got there so fast. He was 16.
Yes. I saw they his Cash App crashed because people send him so much money.
I love it.
I was so happy to see that shit, man. Like, this is how we need to come together on the regular.
Without,
bro.
And even, the violence, of course, necessary, but coming together without it having to be that. Why does it have to be so detrimental before we come as a unit?
Yep.
Why can't it be the positive? And then when we do get together, it's always somebody kind of slide some things, if we actually move with intention, like the Asian community. All of those businesses are owned together. That's family.
Even white people, bro. If people could say what they want, I tell this to people all the time. Like, our people want to point fingers at white people so much and, we this and that. Man, listen here. It is our fault.
Yeah.
We at where the fuck we at. Yeah. And they know that. Exactly. Yeah, they know if we link the fuck up, they in trouble.
They in trouble. Look what happens every time we do. We literally had a black president, the most number of black voters. Come on now. If we act, people always say my voice doesn't count. And I think that's something in our community. We're like, well, what is my voice going to do? Your voice will make all the difference.
Right.
That one voice will make all the difference. That somebody is going to hear, and somebody's going to use that to apply in their life, or reach out to that organization, or reach out to this person, or reach out to somebody close to them, and now they're actually connected better. You know what I'm saying?
It causes it's a trickle down effect. Yeah. Like, and it's more of a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like. And like I say, bro, like, we got to make our mind up to know the power that is already in us, bro. Like, it powerful as fuck.
Man,
they couldn't fuck with us, and they know that.
They know that. They're terrified.
Bro.
They will do whatever they can to keep us powerless.
And it's working.
It's
fucking working, bro. And nobody won't talk about that. It's always, the white man this and man, fuck all that. No,
it's us.
They taking advantage of our ignorance. Yep. That's all the fuck they doing. And it's up to us to step the fuck up, get rid of, like how you say, what you call it? The
cultural curse?
Yes. Get rid of that
break these cultural curses, the generational culture, all those things.
Like, get rid of that shit, that hatred, that resentment. Like, we got to get rid of that.
DNA.
It is.
It's so hard to break something that's in your DNA.
It is.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck.
And I feel like that's why we need to be doing it even more. Because it's hard.
But we needed to do it together. It just takes one light. And that's what Healing Girl, Healing Us season, you know what I'm saying? That's what we trying to do, bring that light.
It's going to take people with platforms to do that. I say that shit all the time, bro. It's going to take people with these platforms that have actually pure intentions.
Yeah, and push it.
Exactly, bro.
And push it, because the bullshit is selling.
Ooh,
I watched some shit the other day. I was like, man, what the I said I've definitely drained brain cells. They said weed burns your brain cells. I'm talking about these shows, this shit on YouTube, on these Instagram.
They push drama.
Oh my god!
They algorithm push drama, and that shit is hard to fight. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand.
Distraction is a mother. I was scrolling, going to a whole deep dive of finding out about somebody. I have no idea who they are because I didn't get. I'm invested now. I gotta know. I'm over here looking on X, Y, and Z Instagram. Like, well, let me see if they tagged them in any pictures. Like, hell, how did I get here? How?
Bruh, it's
hard. It's a battle within yourself every day.
It is.
It's a battle every day. And I feel like the battle that we have is another thing as far as like understanding our moods. And I feel like this has been something that I don't know why in my life right now it's been a huge thing. And I think that a lot of people I've had to learn how to possess my own power, right? You know, and I had this picture I posted the other day was a perception of others, and it was this cat looking in the mirror, and it said people's perception of you, and I look like a cat to me, but to other people I look like a lion. But then when I'm looking at myself, I'm just a little kitten, right? But to them, I'm this huge lion, right? And you know, I never really noticed and honed in on the power that I possessed as a woman, as who I am, just individually as me. And now that I am, my light hurts people's eyes at times. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And me choosing, and not saying I'm in a great mood every day, but me choosing to be in a great mood every day, for me choosing to be happy when you see me, for me choosing to smile instead of cry, because I cried on the way here already, so I'm good when I see you, you know what I'm saying? I got my moment out, you know, and that I'm stressed the fuck out, but I'm choosing to be in a great mood. I think that people have an issue with that, and I think that people who have an issue with being happy right now need to understand that it is a choice every day.
It is a choice, and a lot of stuff is self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of stuff is self-sabotaging that we do to ourselves, and it's all off of perception and what we feed into our mind. Like, you know, and that's something that our people don't know as well. Like it's like poverty and shit. It's like, how long are we going to stay in that mindset?
Exactly.
Some stuff is true, you know, but how long are we going to be fucking band-aiding that shit? Man, you know what I'm saying?
I want food stamps, but I want money too. So I'm okay while I'm working my ass off. Now I can't get it. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? That was a mindset I had to get over. You know, as a teen mom, shit, food stamps, Medicaid, great. When they cut that shit off some years back, I was like, oh my Lord, am I ready for this step in my life, or do I want to go backtrack? Who's selling food stamps? No, I'm just kidding, government. Instagram, Ayo,
not really though. Not really. No, like we can use it as long as we know that ain't the only way. Like, that ain't the only way, but I'll take it.
Look at it. We gonna reason. Hey, we gonna reason. But do you know the statistics wise that the highest percentage of recipients of food stamps are white Americans?
Nah. Seriously,
ain't that crazy?
And they say that as poverty as well as white people.
Yeah. But we the problem.
But you know why though? You know why? The narrative is pushed to make sure that we don't inherit the power that they know we got.
That's why they have us in prisons.
Yep.
All our men in prisons.
Bruh.
That's why all our black men are in prison right now.
I swear, I just hope I'm alive to see the day that we realize the power we got, and they know that people is scared to death for us to link the fuck up. They scared to death for us to link the fuck up, because they know it's gonna be hard for them. Yeah. It's gonna be real hard for them.
Those people that really don't stop pushing.
Right.
And then when we have the people that's pushing it, let's back them, even if in the smallest ways. If your friend has an organization, help. Post. If you ain't got no money, post it, repost it, comment, share it. Share it with the next person. When you're in a room and some opportunity presents itself for your friend and you're like, oh, it instantly makes you think of them, say their name.
Exactly.
Say their name. Support that movement. If you really feel like it, support it.
Right.
You know, it's okay to be like, hey, I back that. And it's okay to look into it a little further. It's okay to ask more questions. You know, I think that's one thing we want to act like we know everything, and we don't.
We don't.
I'm the most inquisitive person, and you ask me, I will question you to the death.
Facts.
Because I want to understand.
Facts.
And I can't understand if I don't ask questions, and I can't assume, because if I assume, I'm making an ass out of you and me. And I'd be damned. Thanks. Because I want to know. I want the straight facts, and I'm a quick, not a TikTok researcher, but I'm a Google, not no Wikipedia. I'm down to the EDUs, the GOVs,
right.
You know, the orgs. That's where I'm at trying to do my research. And I think that as a community, we have to understand that it's okay to not know, but it's even better to learn.
Facts. Research and reading. That's
reading
essential.
is fundamental. I just said that on an audio message today to Courtney. Reading is fundamental.
It's fundamental.
And don't
as
nobody
fuck.
want to do it.
And stop believing information that other people put in your fucking face.
TikTok is a lie. TikTok is lying. These people be lying to y'all. Oh my goodness. I've had like 10 people around me been like, oh, I want to know what this is. No, I'm going to go look on TikTok. Why? I'm over here like, what the fuck? I got so mad. I'm my armpit sweat. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is everybody looking on TikTok from some random ass person with 3,000 followers looking to see what the hell their opinion says?
Right.
No. If
Right.
you don't go and look that shit up and research that shit for real,
Right.
like TikTok is not the answer.
Nah, for
it's
real.
It's not the answer.
And you know, and it's so crazy that, again, it's just a narrative.
Yeah.
It's a narrative. People don't know. I really believe people don't know how to think on their own.
No.
Like,
no.
It's like
It's this generation. Oh my God.
they don't know how to think on their own.
Man, even my child and my sister gonna watch this. She's like, oh bitch. Listen, they're younger. My sister's 20 and my son is 15. We're all 6 years apart, and they will ask a question before even like looking it up. Like I'm like, post office. We're talking about post office. She was like, yeah, is there a post office nearby? Don't you have you text me to ask me, is there a post office nearby when you got a map on your phone? They want to ask, like, go get this. Where it's at? Go look.
Right.
Did you have a muffin pan? Are you down there? Did you look first before you asked me? Like, come on.
Right.
And that's instant gratification.
Nah, it is.
They want the answers given to them instantly.
Right.
And that's not what life is about. It's about doing what the fuck you do not want to do for one.
Stop being comfortable.
Man, and do what the fuck you don't want to do.
Facts.
When you do what you don't want to do, you'll end up being able to do whatever the fuck you want to do.
People are scared of being uncomfortable, but it's so much growth in being uncomfortable.
Man.
Like so much growth in being uncomfortable.
So much gaining. You gain so much confidence. There's that confidence.
That it is.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
That and that's, it can take the smallest things.
Nah, it is.
Taking a small victory a day.
It's my, I tell people all the time, like, when you wake up, stack your wins, make your bed. When you set an alarm, don't hit the snooze button. Get up when you set to get up. Make your bed. Don't pick up your phone.
Yeah.
Go to the gym.
Yeah.
If you start your day off with wins, you're gonna end your day off with wins, and it's gonna build your self confidence, and it's gonna transition you to a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we so caught up in highlighting the losses, highlighting the negative shit. Like, people don't understand that how, again, it's self-sabotaging. It's self-inflicting. The things that we fucking handicap our minds. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How
like,
we talk to ourselves. I used to be like, oh, stupid bitch. No, shit. No, I got to talk to myself with some growth. That's the one thing I was saying something about lazy, and I was like, my best friend, she was like, no, not lazy. What's the word? Resourceful. Like, you resourceful. I'm like, I'm a resourceful bitch. Resourceful bitch. That's what it is. I'm not lazy. I was just figuring out smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it just takes those little things, those little small victories. And I'm a snoozer. Listen, I'm a snoozer. Yes. I'm a snoozer. I'm gonna make it there, but I'm a snooze till I can't lose no more.
Right.
But it definitely takes those small things in your day to make you happy. And if you're having a horrible day, if you woke up to some straight ass L's, take one thing that will just make you feel good in that moment. I promise, as you continuously do that every day, your life will change tremendously.
Facts.
I think people think that it's just get out the bed. I'm great now. I'm healed and I'm
every
great.
Day.
I'm gonna choose my wins and I'm gonna make it. And I'm gonna conquer the like. Hell no.
Fuck no.
Sometimes I've slapped before I even got out the bed. So, I'm like, damn, I can't even get up. Can I get up first?
Sometimes I don't even want to get out the bed. Like,
sometimes I don't get out the bed, and that's okay too.
Man, for real. Like, it's like I say, some days you might be at a 1, some days you might be at a 10. Like, it's all fucking right. Like, it's all right.
Yeah.
But it's like how we said earlier, that discipline gonna make sure that if you have one bad day, you're gonna have 10 good ones. That discipline, like, discipline your fucking self to, all right, just today I'm fucked up right now.
Yeah.
Like, but next day I'm gonna gradually change this. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to acknowledge what needs to be fixed, you can't fucking fix it.
You can't.
And people got that shit bad, bro. I don't understand. We gonna have to see if you get me on this podcast, advocate for these men out here, cause we need help.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We need some help. But
Yeah.
I'm glad to see, that you take using your platform to advocate for mental health. I think that is important. You're also teaching, like you're sharing knowledge, you passing down shit. I think that's important. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not feeding people into what the algorithm wants and the drama and the shit. Like, that's important. Like, y'all. So, I understand that shit is entertaining, y'all, but we also gotta be entertained by the shit that is so fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? That's important to not just you in your present time, but your future time. And if you want kids or if you have kids, they present in their future time. So we gotta feed into the shit that's so fulfilling to us. You know what I'm saying? And not just these temporary dopamines through these fucking apps. God damn.
Listen,
bro, like,
it's addicting. It's definitely a problem.
Nah,
it's definitely a problem. It's a struggle for everyone around me, including myself. I think that's one thing that people think that they have to like social media, this persona of perfection, and it's a struggle every day.
Life.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I struggle in every realm, almost every day.
Life be lifing.
Yeah.
Life be lifing.
Life and man.
But when you got that confidence badge, like, you understand that, life is full of ups and downs.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's not linear. Yeah, like that's the only way you could really know that you living is if you going through ups and fucking downs. Like, it's no perfect life, it's no perfect world. You know what I'm saying? Shit get to the point where too much good shit going on for me at one time. I'll be like,
wait. What's about to go wrong?
Slow down.
Like, am I overlooking something right now?
Facts.
The math is not mathing. It's too great.
I'm walking around on my toes. Like, what the fuck going on? Like, hold up.
But we're so used to things going so wrong so much that when something good comes along, it's very hard for us to be present because we're trying to be ready. Like, stay ready, so you got to get ready. But really, honestly, being present is how you get ready.
Exactly.
And I think that's a lot of things with us that's business owners, black business owners, brown business owners. We have the stipulation on ourselves that we have to be working constantly hard 24/7. Like, oh yeah, I'm working hard. But sometimes we need to understand that we need to rest.
Right.
We need
mentally,
to rest.
Emotionally, physically, spiritually, facts. Like,
it's so many, you have to rest.
And I'm one of them people because I feel like I always, you understand, being a business owner is like, especially when you got so much shit going, it's like, man, what the fuck am I? I need to be doing something.
Yeah, if I'm not doing nothing, I'm moving backwards. If I'm not doing nothing, I'm not getting shit accomplished. My list still this long for this week. And it's Tuesday. What's today? Tuesday? Fuck.
Nah, facts. I'll be like, God damn, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, get anxious and shit. I'll be like, fuck. But then I also got my times where I'll be like, I'm not doing fuck nothing. Like, nothing. Like, I'm good.
That would be this weekend.
Hey, plan it out.
I ain't do shit. I laid in my bed. Felt great. I went to the gym though, but I ain't do shit else.
Hey, facts. And them days be feeling good, boy. Put that mind to rest. Like, you know what? Let me allow my mind to be okay with not doing nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
nothing. And that's hard.
It is.
That's hard. But honestly, what I found is those rest days is when I get my most inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Because you just doing what you're enjoying. You never know what's going to come to you in those moments.
Facts.
Stressing about something that you need to get completed. Sometimes it just takes a moment for you to take a break off of it.
Right.
And then you can come back. You don't know what conversation you're going to have. You don't know what situation can present itself with you at the store. You don't know what can happen in your life in those rest days that's going to actually help you progress way further than you have busted your ass and worked all those days consecutively.
And help you get to where you trying to go now. Facts. Like, cause you'll never know. This is like I said, like, when you doing what you're supposed to be doing, boy, shit always finds a way to work out. Like, always. Like, always.
What's for you is for you.
Facts.
Ain't nobody take. Now, you can delay it yourself. You can put a heavy delay on it. You can put some turns in there, some twists, some dips, some flips in there for yourself.
Because we got free will.
But what is for you will make its way to you.
Facts.
It will. And that is the true, man. To have that and believe that in your atmosphere and what you have in your universe or your life or whatever, when you truly believe, I feel like people don't, like, when you believe what you say, when you really believe what you say, that's when stuff happens for you. And not just believing what you say, but actually acting on it, because faith without works is dead.
Facts. No,
you know,
facts.
That empty, oh, I'm going to be this millionaire. No, it's not. Oh, or not. Like, I do full moon rituals. You know, I do those things. But I do believe in God. You know, I do believe in God. I don't say, oh, I'm praying to a higher power. I'm praying to God when I pray.
Right.
You know, I believe in prayer. I was raised Christian and I was raised Jehovah's Witness simultaneously.
Okay.
So my beliefs with religion has always been like this thing that I battle with. But what I come down to, it's for my heart and my mind, I have a relationship with God.
Right.
I have morals and I have values. I do believe in the Bible. Of course, it is man-made, but I believe in the Bible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in the things that I do, but I also believe that energy is transferable, power, all those things you can pull into yourself, because we all have so much power. We're all made of energy, made of molecules, all these things that are rolling around each other. So I feel like, of course, when certain energies are present, like the full moon, of course, is more, people do act weird on full moons.
Hey, this last full moon was
great.
a motherfucker.
It was a super moon. It was a super moon. So
Bruh.
This moon, I released and I burned these releases and I got down to the nitty gritty. And I feel like people don't understand, like, it takes you being so honest with yourself. You don't have to always express every negative feeling you have about yourself. When you release those things, even if you're not doing a full moon thing and you just need to get some stuff off your chest, write it down and burn it.
Facts.
You're so scared of somebody seeing it, write it down and burn it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Hone in on those energies. Hone in on yourself. Hone in on what you believe and pull it into you.
Facts.
And that will happen. Pray. When I manifest, I'm praying.
Facts.
I'm praying to God. I'm praying to God because He's going to make a way.
Right.
But if I'm not working extra hard on it myself and
won't
believing
happen.
in it, it's not going to happen.
I said it all the time. Like, people pray and they ask for things out of life, but are you deserving of it? Before you ask for anything out of the universe, God, you have to make sure you actually deserving of
and
it.
Will you have the willpower to actually use it the way you're supposed to? Or will you are you really in the place in your life where you can handle that? What you're asking for, because
Right.
we'll ask for some cake. Well, when we got the cake batter, now we ain't got no eggs, we ain't got no milk, we ain't got
Facts.
no oil, we ain't got no pan, we ain't got
Facts.
no butter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we're so waiting for that instant gratification.
Facts.
When it comes to delayed gratification, the reward is so much greater.
It is.
It is so much greater to see something that you've worked and took your time on and you're able to enjoy, rather than something that you just jumped onto or thought that you deserved, and now you're looking at it as a failure,
Right.
when it really is just some research and development,
Right.
you know, towards your progress.
And it was sent to be something to bless you in your life, not
Man.
tear it down. Like, boy, it's important to hop on that journey.
Yeah.
Like, most people think it's a sprint, but it's a marathon. And that journey, it has no fucking destination. Like, that motherfucker is forever lasting. Yeah. It's a journey.
That's a personal struggle for me. You know, I have goals and I want to hit these goals and I want to be this person, but the journey in itself is what's making it so great. Like, I might not ever reach this peak of who, but I'm gonna become who I'm supposed to. But the goal of what I am might not be that. But this journey that I'm on, like, shit is rough, but life is great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we're still blessed in so many ways. Like,
Right.
you have a fucking podcast now. I remember when you just moved down here, your
Right.
shit got towed at the event.
Oh, you remember
You know
that?
what I'm
Bruh,
saying? Like,
got towed.
shit is good. Like, it's great. Like,
Right.
you know, like, we always like life, but shit great too.
Right. Nah,
Life
facts.
is great.
Facts.
And we have to be okay with it being great and shitting on us at the same damn time.
Facts. Smell the flowers. Sometimes you got to sit back and smell the flowers, bro. Like,
man, the progress. Be okay. Go look back. Like, you hard on yourself right now, but look back to what you was doing 3 months ago, 6 months ago, last year.
facts.
Man,
Facts.
it's such a progression.
You're right, and it
Such a
is.
progression.
It is, and if you didn't get that message, like, that's important. Make sure that if you want to acknowledge what's going wrong, make sure you acknowledge what the fuck is going right as well. Though, make sure you have that balance. Like, make sure you count your wins just as much as you count losses.
Man.
Make sure you being positive as much as you being negative. Like, sit back and smell your flowers sometimes, or you really gonna be missing out on a whole bunch of blessings. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know
just
what
like
I'm saying?
seeing yourself when you was younger and you're like, oh, I was like women. We were like, oh, I was fat back then. You look at yourself like, damn, I wish I was happy who I was then. Now I'm trying to get back to her.
Right,
you were
facts.
so miserable in her that you didn't even receive your greatness
Facts.
until you got out of it. And now you're like, damn, I want to go back.
Facts.
That's why you have to be present and love yourself for sure.
Yep.
Sure.
And you can't
Love
get time back.
yourself. Put that work into yourself, because can't nobody love you and cut for you like you cut for yourself.
Facts.
They can't. They don't
Facts.
have the capacity to, and that's why you have to be okay and whole without that outside validation. I think that that's something that we all look for as natural human beings. We want somebody that we care about to validate us, but that validation has to come from us knowing. You know, now it's like, at first I wouldn't even look at I hated taking pictures. I hated being on stuff. I don't like being, like, I'm in front of a lot of fucking cameras. People like, oh, I hate being in front of a camera. Like, I don't like that, but it's something that I know, like, I'm good at it.
Right.
I need to own who I am.
Right.
And stop trying to hide behind it because I'm scared that I'm gonna make somebody else feel uncomfortable.
That's
Maybe
what
gonna push you to grow now.
And that's what they need. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like me. I want people around me that don't be no yes man around me. Like, don't try to spell my feelings or fuck all that. Like,
I don't trust you if you don't tell me some on my face.
Facts.
Off top. If I meet you and I know I got some of my teeth on my face and you didn't say nothing, I don't trust you.
Cause you trying to tread line. Fuck that.
That's some weird shit. I could be a perfect stranger. You got a boogie nut. I'm like, I'm gonna play it off and be like, hey, you gotta. Oh, they be like, I'm like, listen, don't feel weird. I'm just gonna look out for you because I want the same for myself.
Exactly.
Give people what you want.
I was just about to say that. Give people what you want. They be telling me like, man, you so mean and blunt. I say exactly. I want you to be with me. Fuck, tell me, don't sugarcoat shit with me. Like, tell me off the dump. We gonna I'm gonna say myself some time. I'm gonna say your ass some time. Man. Like, tell me what the fuck it is. Like,
yeah, people definitely tell me like you're very like you're raw, blunt. I'm like, I mean.
I don't see how what other people. What else do you want?
I'm not a good liar. I ain't gonna remember the lie. I'm not gonna remember the lie I told you. So I'm gonna just tell you the truth. And if it's embarrassing and to me, then it's just that's on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you think. If you think that what I said was crazy or that you think that I'm out here looking a certain way, yeah, I am.
Yeah, facts. And
you wish you could be doing it.
Facts. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Like, you don't like it, fuck you. But like, that shit make me feel uncomfortable. Like, if I'm telling you sugarcoat shit or tiptoeing, man, I'm like, damn. I'm looking at myself like, damn, nigga, you wrong for that. Like, why you just ain't tell him shit?
Why you didn't tell him?
Yeah, facts.
And it's okay to sometimes. Okay, there's been instances where it has been, but double back and be like, hey, own that.
Right.
Own those fuck ups. Own those mistakes. It's okay to say you fucked up. We ain't perfect either. That's another thing. We have this stipulation like, you know, you're expecting somebody to come into your life and be perfect. Sometimes we do have to teach people how to love us and how to respect us.
Teach people our love language.
Yeah, because they don't know.
But you know, it's just like how you say though, people be looking for so much outside validation to make them feel love. But if you don't love yourself, how the fuck can you expect somebody else to love you? Properly. Like, if you don't know yourself, if you don't love yourself, how can somebody else come do that for you?
Yeah, literally. I mean, I've just seen the evolution of myself as coming from a marriage when I had low self-esteem, low self-image growing up my whole entire life. And people are like, I had it, right? We all do at some point in life. But seeing the evolution as to when I decided to leave and who I am now as I've gone through the journey of learning to love myself mentally, forgiving myself for past choices that I've made, forgiving others, learning to love my body with my battle for body dysmorphia, working out. Like, I feel like being able to encapsulate those things into my life and the people that have been around me as I've gone through my journey have progressively gotten better. Right. You know, the drama in my life has progressively gotten out. Like, of course, we have a few that seep in, like the motherfucker that we met between us.
Right.
Who, yeah, that shit, we ain't... Yeah.
Damn, yeah. I remember you were telling me something about that. That's crazy.
But it's crazy because, you know, that was a test for me. You know what I'm saying? That benefit of the doubt, the thing of believing people to not be what everybody else sees them as, but you want to see the good in somebody because the heart seems like it is, but you can't break this in people.
Like how you say, giving people the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. That could be detrimental, like, for real. Giving them too much benefit of the doubt, that could be detrimental. Like,
detrimental to you, to your household, to the people around you, to your business. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that the hard way, you know? And I think that people don't... friend breakups are just as bad as relationship breakups. And I don't think people really talk about that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in a friend, we put a lot more into our friendships than we do our relationships, especially in the beginning. So a breakup in a few months could not hit you, you know, that bad. But a friendship breakup that you've been friends with maybe the same amount of time, gonna hurt your fucking heart.
Facts. And then a lot, like our people, we try to ignore those feelings and it makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? Because we just keep everything in and wind up taking it out on somebody else or something else. And because we never never properly acknowledge those feelings and never healed over it, and we implode later on down the line, and that shit again could be detrimental. So like,
and stop giving them niggas so many more chances than you give your friends.
Ooh,
I'm just saying,
boy.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead and tell him.
You giving this man all these mistakes he can make, all these hiccups, but you mad at her forgetting to call you at 12 a.m. on your birthday, or making a certain amount of posts, or not saying certain things to you, or showing up at an event for you. You know what I'm saying? You quick to cut somebody off, a friend off, that was there for you through it all, but you'll keep a man around and keep this man around that's been dogging you the fuck out.
Facts.
And you know that he has.
Facts.
But you're going to keep him around because we're looking for that outside validation. And that's the thing that I want people to understand, that you need to work on your relationships with the same sex before you try to work on your relationships with the opposite sex.
Nah, facts.
Because if you have a hindrance, and I feel like people, especially with black people, like, I don't need this whole stipulation that you don't need no friends. Yes, the fuck you do.
Right.
You don't need a shit ton of friends, for sure.
Right.
But you need friends.
Right.
You need that accountability.
Facts.
You don't need that yes man. You need the people to look at you and be like, hey, I don't think that was a good thing of what you did that back there. Like, I really don't agree with that. Like, I love you, and it's coming from a place of love, but I don't agree with that.
Right.
And until you have those type of people in your life, you're really not gonna, that you need that. At least one.
Right, not for
At
real.
At least one.
Not
and it's
for
okay
real.
if it's just one. It's perfectly fine if it's just one. But we definitely, in a community, need to understand that it's okay that we gotta have a friend.
Facts.
You need to have a friend.
Facts. Somebody you can rely on. Like, it's okay. And then having a friend, people like to confuse having friends with, oh, this person always gonna tell me what I want to hear and make me feel comfortable. Fuck no. Like, that's not a friend. That's a placeholder.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear all the time.
Your ego.
Exactly. And that shouldn't be what you want in your life regardless. Like, so, well, I want to thank you for coming on to the Hood Buddha podcast. I don't know if they was ready for this conversation. I'm gonna have to come on there and start talking to y'all so we could continue this conversation, because I'm more than sure they're gonna be like, oh, why y'all stop talking? It's more coming.
Absolutely.
I won't give you something, though. You're a fam life member now.
I am. I still got my crop top.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I got my crop top.
She already got old stuff, y'all. So we gonna give you some more stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a shirt right there. You're a fam life member now. Yeah, just like that. So go ahead and tell the people what you. Oh, yeah, I see that, huh? I see that merch. That's branding right there. That's branding. Go ahead and tell the people what you got coming up.
Okay.
Where to follow you and whatnot.
So I have a few Instagrams, so I'm gonna slow it down to say that. So and my first Instagram is my personal. It's at Ayote, so AYOO.TAYYYY_. When you go in there, you'll see a light skinned girl with the wood braids. You'll see it's me. And then I also have Clitorit, which is my sexual intelligence company that I have. So it's at Clitorit, CLITERATE_. And then we also have Healing Girl Season, which is at Healing Girl Season. We have a lot of events coming up, actually. So like I said earlier, on the 26th of August is our 1 year anniversary. Well, 31st is technically our 1 year anniversary for Healing Girl, but we're coming back. We host our events at Shape Community Center on Alameda. So it's a huge full circle for the Black community.
Okay.
You know, we host it in the spaces that we actually are predominant in and where we belong, and putting use to these community centers that are getting these funding, because if you're not using them, they're not going to keep getting this funding, just like libraries. Libraries. Go to the library. Go to the library. Anyways, go to the library. But then we have that on the 26th. This is Healing Girl Season, so it's for women. We are actually hosting in September a relay day for Healing Us season, and we're gonna do relays, field day, basically do obstacle courses and stuff, and put everybody in teams based on certain compatibilities, not for relationship compatibility, like just signs and some cool stuff that we got going on for you guys. So we'll actually have that. Stay on the lookout for that. That'll be hosted at a park, and we'll have relays. We'll have mimosas, of course. We're gonna have grand prizes that you can win from our sponsors. Oh, for our Healing Girl Season, for our 1 year anniversary, we're actually sponsored by Quotes Restaurant. Okay. So it's actually a nice Black-owned restaurant in Willowbrook area. So if you're ever on the north side, Quotes is amazing. They have brunch. They're open 7 days a week. Delicious food, and I advocate for that because I be in there all the time. Because Courtney, my business partner, she is their media manager there now, and I love to go there and eat and bust out that tea. So thank you, Quotes, for that sponsorship. That's a new sponsorship that we have. And then on September 9th, We back with the Naughty List Exchange for Clitoris. So I'm about to hone in. This year will be my 2nd year anniversary. So December we'll have our 2-year anniversary celebration. But we have the Naughty List coming back. High frequency is what we've been going on. We'll have live demos, poll, vendors, which we have the plethora. I always got to say plethora. I feel like it sounds better. But the plethora of vendors. We have DJs, open format. I actually have another event coming up that I'm hosting. So I'm actually starting to push into my social media. My social solutions management firm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna actually have we're actually having curating a party for a silent headphone party with our own specified open format DJs for us to come into where you can actually have a great time and dance, but you can also move your headphone off and communicate and community with people and get to know people in the space, at the same time. So, a lot of times we're here at these spaces, the music's so damn loud, you can't hear what you're thinking. What I'm saying? So hosting a space with some dope ass DJs that's in the city as well. That's on the lookout for September, October. Have some give backs. Just follow me. I got some shit going on. Okay,
shit going on.
We got some shit coming on this season. We giving back. We're doing a give back to the community later this year. I'm actually partnering up with Illuminated Ink Studios, and we're doing an amazing give back, which is actually a Black-owned tattoo studio in Midtown Houston. Black-owned, amazing. If you're checking out my sleeve, like I'm sure you always are.
Yeah.
It's Harry Potter. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. He actually, the owner, Aubrey, Illumin Aubrey on Instagram, did my sleeve. We're partnering with them, and he actually sponsored Healing Girl Season 2 sessions ago and offered free semicolon tattoos for mental health.
Oh, that's dope.
And so he's actually a man in the community that was trying to get out there and give back to the community, and in whatever way we can do to help and collaborate, that's what we for.
Dope.
So
she got a lot going on, y'all. She got a lot going on. So I'm gonna drop all her socials, y'all. Y'all tap in with her. This Houston. We look right here. Talk right there. If y'all in Houston or if you're not in Houston, y'all can pull up, man. Y'all come tap in with her. She got a lot going on. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. This was session 9. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We was overdue for this. Full circle, baby. Full circle. We appreciate y'all for tapping in session 9, though, man. We out, love. Peace, love, blessings.
Life steady sending signs, but you never read the message.